everything, down to the last minute details.
G'day everyone, and welcome to ComicsMATE, your mates in comics from the land down under. I'm Dean James, and today we're going to be talking about the newly released trailer for Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender adaptation. Yes, with the show less than a month away, they have finally given us a full trailer with all new looks at many of the characters who will be appearing in the show, including Team Avatar itself, as well as Jet, June, and even King Boomy. So let's have a watch of this trailer and I'll break it down as we go. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll jump right into this.
The Fire Nation is embarked on a dark path.
Alright, straight off the bat, we've got what is definitely Admiral Zhao's ship. You can tell by the big lion turtle head that he has at the front of it. I gotta say, it looks pretty awesome. It looks just like the cartoons, you know, it's very obviously Admiral Zhao's ship.
And the world might never recover.
We then cut to Team Avatar flying over what is very clearly Heibei's forest, with the big burned scar, as they call it in the cartoon.
The world needs the Avatar.
Then we get a great shot of the Air Temple being invaded by the Fire Nation, which we got to see in the original teaser trailer. Now here's where we get our first big reveal of the trailer. It's what everyone thinks is Fire Lord Sozin, and he seems to be in the middle of invading the Air Temple and actually taking on Monk Gyatso.
It needs you, Aang.
Speaking of Monk Gyatso, I'm pretty sure that's who's doing the voiceover for the trailer, and then we cut quickly to this awesome shot of Aang exploding out of the ice, which will no doubt be in the first episode.
The Fire Nation has destroyed everything in their path.
We then go to what I'm pretty sure is the Fire Nation, and we get a great shot of Fire Lord Ozai and all of his generals, followed quickly by our first shot of Azula, she seems to be training or something like that. Then we get a quick shot of Team Avatar itself talking to Teo. You can see him down the bottom right side over there, right before an explosion happens behind them, which I don't think is the Fire Nation. I'm pretty sure this is something caused by his father, the Mechanist. Ah, the ostrich horses, or the chicken horses, whatever they're called. They're so stupid, I love it. After a quick glimpse at Zuko, we get to see Team Avatar showing up to the Western Air Temple. This will definitely be the bit where Aang is told about all the airbenders dying and he'll find Monk Gyatso's skeleton and all that.
If the world is gonna have any chance, it's gonna need Aang.
Then we get our first look at the Northern Water Tribe evacuating after the Fire Nation attacks. It may be the Southern Water Tribe, we can't really tell, but that's followed by our first time hearing Katara speak, and then a nice little shot of the Team Avatar on top of Appa's back. And this was great to see, it was straight out of the cartoon.
Right. There goes the savior of the world.
A great shot of Zuko's ship, probably outside of the Southern Water Tribe.
I've chased down every hint of the Avatar.
We get our first look at my boy Uncle Iroh, he's by far my favourite character, as well as Zuko talking for the first time as well, which, that's him alright.
It's my destiny.
Some Fire Nation soldiers looking creepy as hell, and Zuko complaining about his destiny. I would bet money this is when they get arrested by the Earthbenders.
I'm not someone who can stop the Fire
Holy crap, the Fire Lord's jacked!
Nation.
This is definitely the famous Agni Kai where Zuko gets his face burned by his own father.
I don't want the responsibility.
You don't have to do this alone.
Here we have Gordon Cormier showing off some of his acting skills as Aang with the tears in his eyes.
You have me, Tara, and a flying ball of fur.
We get a little bit of soccer, and then you get a great look at Appa. The CGI is a bit iffy, but, you know, it's not bad. It's not the worst I've ever seen.
What more do you need?
It's Momo! Here we get a first look at June's beast, the Shearshu. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. I'm a little bit scared of this thing, to be honest. As well as a look at June, who looks fantastic, as I said in my last video.
The world needs you.
This is no doubt the Heibei spirit. One of my major gripes with the M. Night Shyamalan movie was the spirits in that movie, or, you know, lack thereof spirits in that movie, but this looks awesome.
Remember what?
Here we have Aang lifting up the fog to create some cover for himself. More than likely this is from the Blue Spirit episode.
It is we're really fighting for.
Here we have Admiral Sideburns Zhao himself, doing a bit of firebending. Here we get our first look at the Kyoshi Warriors in action. They look fantastic. The firebending effects look awesome as well, and if you look closely, you get to see Sokka with his classic club, which also looks completely accurate to the comics, just like his boomerang.
The ones.
This is our first look at something that may be a bit different than the cartoons, because as you can obviously see Teo there in his glider, but that doesn't look like an Airbender temple, it looks more like Omashu with the slides and everything.
We love.
I'm the Avatar, and I'm gonna save the world.
Our first good look at the Blue Spirit, which, you know, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the series, but that's actually Zuko in disguise, working together with Aang to escape the Fire Nation.
With my friends.
That's a classic Aang pose right there, I love it. Here we get to see Aang jumping off of Appa and then using some airbending to knock out some Fire Nation soldiers. It looks bloody awesome, not gonna lie. Now for the first time we get to see the boomerang in action smacking a Fire Nation soldier in the head. If I had to guess, just judging by the environment, it looks like that's going to be the episode where we meet Jet. Now this was a surprise when I first watched the trailer, but that is definitely King Boomy, and this looks like it'll be the episode where he kidnaps Katara and Sokka and makes Aang do all those trials. The earthbending looks a lot better than it did in M. Night Shyamalan's version. Now the only thing I'm wondering is if his pet Fluffy is going to be there. Next up, we get an absolutely awesome shot of the fight between Katara and Zuko outside of the Spirit Oasis, but in my opinion, this doesn't actually look like the Spirit Oasis, so maybe they're just outside it or something, and you can see there that's a statue of Avatar Kuruk, who was the waterbender before Aang was. At least, that's who I think it is. Here's our first look at Jet in action, defending Katara from some Fire Nation soldiers. I wonder if Jet's gang of freedom fighters will show up. I really want to see Pipsqueak and the Duke. Now this is definitely the fight that Zuko and Aang have when they first meet each other. It's in the Southern Water Tribe. You can see Zuko's ship in the background there, and it honestly looks really cool. It looks a lot better than it did in the cartoon. Oh man, I love the way it lights up. You can see it there. This is obviously the Avatar state, and judging just from the environment around his feet, it looks like it's going to be at the Southern Air Temple. When he first finds out that all the airbenders are, you know, and finally, we get a look at all of the nation's logos, you know, their emblems for all of their elements, which quickly transitions into a sneaky little arrow there for the last Airbender. That's a nice touch. I really like that. Yeah, look, I know I'm breaking my own rules here, and I should know better, especially considering Netflix is notorious for butchering their anime adaptations, but since the One Piece live-action show turned out really good, I don't know. It's given me hope. Hope I don't normally have. What about you? Are you as hyped as I am for this Avatar The Last Airbender live-action series, or am I being too hopeful? Either way, that's all I have for you today. This has been my first ever trailer breakdown, so I hope you enjoyed it. My name's Dean James, your mate in comics from the land down under. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow.